Welcome back to the Milestone Moment, where we take top producing agents, ask them about how they got into real estate, a little bit about their story. Today we have Jennifer Beeler with First and Main. Welcome to the show, Jennifer.
Thank you very much for having me. This is great.
So tell us, Al, about how did you get into real estate? What's your background?
Yeah, so I started actually buying when I was 18. So I decided to buy a condo in Bellevue and had always been enticed by not being a renter and having some equity. My parents kind of instilled that in me, and I loved going to open houses. So as a teenager, I was already shopping for my first home. Yeah, so closed on my first home at 18, and just have bought and sold since then. So all throughout my 20s, did it 7 times.
Okay.
And yeah, I had a corporate job that led me into a position where I felt like it was not fulfilling.
Okay.
And it just kind of helped me transition into real estate.
Oh my gosh. Well, when did you become a full-time realtor, I guess?
Yeah, this is my 13th year.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been doing this for quite a while, but again, I've been doing it a lot longer personally.
Right.
So yeah.
So your background, obviously just self-taught for a lot of it.
Yeah.
And 13 years is funny when we talk to people who've been doing it 30 years. So it's all relative.
Right.
Although some agents 3 or 4, right? So that's fantastic.
Yes, I love
and
it.
what is it? Obviously you've built up an amazing reputation, great business. What do you think your most kind of your secret sauce would be, or what is it that you do different?
I think number one, I feel like I have a really good group of people around me. So I've got a great sphere, as they put it, that support me and trust me. So from the very beginning, I've had people just hire me knowing I was newer and putting their faith in me. And then I've, over the years, been able to establish being somebody that can do a good job. I'm very open and transparent and honest, and I think I'm going to tell it like it is, so you feel like you understand. You know, if things are not going well, you're aware, and I help guide you and to a successful end result. So I think that's been proven, and kind of how I go about my business.
Following built, and then it resonates, and friends tell friends, and it goes from there.
Exactly.
My gosh, and well, you've been with First and Main for a couple years.
Yep. It's fabulous. It's a boutique brokerage. They're focused on luxury and tech and community. Yeah. So it's a neat group of kind of about 30 of us right now. We're opening up a second branch in Woodinville where I'm going to be housed. Okay. I live in Woodinville, and that is in the new Harvest District that they're building. And really every paycheck we give back to the community. So we support the local high schools with scholarships. We help out at the senior centers, and we're physically there doing things to set up for special luncheons, and anytime they need a helping hand. We love to just focus on where there's opportunities within the community that we serve to give back. So I love that about FAM, which is First and Main. Yeah. But yeah, it's a great group of people. We actually hang out a lot outside of work and bond and bounce things off each other, and it's a very supportive environment.
I love that. Yeah. Well, you've obviously been able to see quite a bit there and throughout your career. Do you have any advice for a newer agent that's just trying to kind of get going?
Oh gosh. I think what I'm kind of noticing with newer agents is that they want to take it all on themselves, and then they aren't asking for help enough. So I'd say be open to kind of shadowing other more tenured agents, maybe buddy up on your first couple of transactions. I first started out with Windermere in Woodinville, and they required us to go to a mentorship program, and it was great because I thought I knew more than I really did. There's a lot to the contracts, there's a lot to negotiating, there's a lot of contingency savviness that you really get over time and repetition.
It doesn't happen overnight, no question.
And so when you're a new agent, it's good to really take a step back and not be in the driver's seat for a while, and educate yourself and ask for that help. So that's my advice.
You bring up a good point. Like seeing more transactions, I see some agents, they do a deal, 4 months later they do another one, and it's like you didn't have any at-bats in between. And now you forgot maybe what you even knew 4 months ago.
Or, and every transaction is very different. And so you're encountering all new things, like a well or a septic, or the forms have changed over those 4 months. So there's a lot of things that vary every single time.
Yeah, I love that. That's some good good advice for sure. Now, obviously, towards the end of 2025, looking into 2026, is there anything that you're excited about adding to your business or any changes or anything?
Yes, I'm so excited. So I feel like this is my time of growth and evolution, and currently I'm working on a flip, so I'm excited to list that next year and get that all shiny and pretty and ready to put on the market. I'm also looking at starting a team. So I've been a solo agent for 13 years now, and I think that I'm ready to take on newer agents, help guide them, help them grow, evolve. I'm constantly getting asked questions from agents at other brokerages, within my company, and I kind of want to turn that into something that I can really plug into and help the growth.
I love that. Well, you've built up a trusted name and reputation, so I think that is a huge pillar to start with. What's the ideal agent in your eyes? What's somebody, if they were watching you now, how would you describe that?
I think within the first couple years of their business is really where it would be beneficial. So somebody that's has a lot of motivation and wants to learn and put themselves out there in every step. So open houses, going and doing the key box, the inspections, and learning in every facet of what we do, and is just open to anything. And so I think the newer agents tend to be like that. The more years you get under your belt, the more I feel like you're not as eager for
and not as moldable, maybe, right? At some point, bad habits come up and all those things. Okay.
And honestly,
So
I
early
will
on,
take anybody.
That's a huge opportunity for a newer agent, because not everybody will do that. That's fantastic.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
So the name of the show, the Milestone Moment, is when it all changed for you in real estate. And sometimes there's more than one. Is there a moment that you can kind of pick that you think is your milestone moment for real estate?
For me, one of the biggest milestones, because you did mention there's more than one, and there really was earlier in my career, but the biggest one was during COVID, and that was 2021 when I sold about 43 houses by myself, and I was all over the place, and had a really great year, and that allowed me to be in the position to buy my first auction property. And so that has been something that was on my radar before COVID, but unfortunately, COVID really created an environment where everybody could sell their house for top dollar, so they didn't really need to go to auction. But I was able to capture my first one the following year. And so I went there, and the first one that I went for, I got over 6 other investors going for it. And I was able to capture that based off of having a good year the prior year. And then a couple months later, 2 months later, I bought another flip through an investment company group that I'm a part of. And so I had just 2 under my belt the very next year based off of that COVID experience of having tons of transactions, and it allowed me to evolve my business.
Well, and I think it obviously evolves your skill set too. So you're teaching new agents, and you have a whole nother perspective of the market, and working with investors, of course, now you've done it yourself. And it brings a whole new kind of breed to what you get to speak about. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So anything that you want to tell buyers in this current market, or anything that you want to mention about our market as far as you see it currently?
This is the prime opportunity for a buyer right now. I feel personally I'm buying because I truly believe it's the best time when there's tons of inventory. There's really not multiple offers happening. Yeah, the rates are a little bit higher, but that, they say don't marry the rate, marry the house. And that's so true, because, you wait a couple more months for those rates to drop, which I'm hearing is actually around the corner. And then you're going to be in a position where houses are flying off the shelves, you're competing, and you're paying more for the house than you would right now. So you can negotiate down. You've got a lot more flexibility on pricing right now, and you can have contingencies, inspections, even be contingent on the sale of your home to get a house if you need to be, which is fabulous.
I mean, 2 years ago, and again, it won't take long to get there. 2 years ago, it was $100,000 over, waive everything, sight unseen almost. And now I don't know if buyers understand the position that we're in. And there's obviously, about 10 or 15% of pent up buyer demand right now, and the inventory is not there, and we know that as soon as that pent-up demand comes to market, there's just not enough houses. It's a multiple offer situation again, for sure.
So now is the time to buy when the rates are high. that's the time.
So tell us about First and Main and Woodinville. I mean, you're obviously becoming such a big part of that community. Is there anything that you want to tell our viewers about how to get involved or how they can help or anything along those lines?
First and Main is going to be the only brokerage within the Harvest District, which is fabulous. We're right next to the new Somme Hotel, which is a boutique Marriott. That's really beautiful and unique. And we are going to be amongst a lot of small businesses, coffee shops, eateries, and
so it's like a retail space that people can walk into. And
yes. So go get your coffee. We will have kind of a hotel lobby lounge vibe in our office. We'll have a conference room and things to get work done, but it's really going to be a place to hang out with the community. So I'll be spending a lot of time there, and then again we'll do the community focus of helping just local places in need. So reach out to me. I can actually connect some dots and get the money going where it needs to in the community. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be a really great space to buy and sell real estate.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
well, I'm
I'm
definitely excited to see more of that. You've been a fantastic guest. Thank you for being on the show, Jennifer.
Thank you for having me.